Cheryl Monaghan. Great to see you, Michelle.
Yeah, nice to see you.
That was a very, very intense scene. You and Aaron Paul have great chemistry on the show, and it is intense.
It is intense. It is so intense. We play a couple that's kind of going through some marital problems, and as intense as those scenes are, we are actually really quite unprofessional at times, and we break out into fits of laughter.
Really? Because, when we're watching a scene like that, we're thinking it must be like a church on the set.
Yeah, no.
Because it's so intense. But just knowing Aaron Paul, he comes by all the time, you know that, really? He's going to be like that all the time? You're going to be like that all the time?
Yeah. No, I'm always honestly surprised when I see the scenes cut together. They're edited so well because I guess we're in the middle of a scene and we're crying, and I'm looking at Aaron Paul and I'm like, wow, I'm bawling with Aaron Paul. And then you just have to wonder the absurdity and add the beauty of that.
Because you're constantly breaking up, laughing.
Yeah, I think because we're just being so vulnerable, and and what we're doing kind of feels very true, and then I think, oh my God, it's so ridiculous, and then we waste everybody's time for like 20 minutes, and everybody goes and takes a leak and has a coffee, and then we just sort of become adults finally.
Finally, and then you can do the scene.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess what that is a testament to is how much you can accomplish with editing.
Yeah.
For example, we tape the show a little before it airs.
Yes.
When our Anthony Anderson interview airs, it's going to be the most prim and proper interview you've ever seen.
I was sad to see you go. I had a few questions for him, so.
Well, Andy and I have been around the block a few times. And we don't know anything. I have to congratulate you on the cover of Shape magazine. I have never been on the cover of Shape magazine. No one wants to put me on the cover of Shape magazine. And you look beautiful.
Thank you.
Were you happy with obviously it's a great photograph. Do you know exactly which one they're going to choose to be the cover?
No, you don't. You don't at all. I mean, you take so many photos on the day, of course, and then you really have no idea what they're going to choose. And so, yeah, I call it bootyful.
Bootyful. That's very nice. It's a very nice shot.
Thank you.
How are you? That is going to be in the checkout lines as you're leaving.
Yeah.
What's it like for you? You've got your groceries.
And like my 3-year-old.
And you've got your 3-year-old, and you're going through the line, and mommy's right there.
Yeah.
Does that need an explanation? Are you cool with it?
I'm cool with it, of course. But yeah, I think it'll be slightly awkward. But also, I'm very proud of it. And, yeah.
Okay, here's my question, and I'm very curious about the modeling. You started as a model at what age?
About 17.
Me too.
Yeah.
Why is that not plausible?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, so 17 you started out modeling.
Yes.
And it's like you're starting out that young, and you were in places like Japan.
I did. I went to Japan for the first time. I actually went there for many, many years, and I worked and made money to put myself through school. But
so you worked as a model.
You worked as a model, but it's crazy.
What are the gigs like in Japan?
You cannot even imagine. I wore the craziest uniforms for nursing uniforms, janitorial uniforms. I mean, it was not at all.
They put you in a janitor's uniform? How does
the worst, I must say, I shot an ad for Sony for some electronic equipment, and I was working with a monkey that day, and I will never forget his name, and you'll soon find out. His name was Dodo-chan. He was a spider monkey.
Dodo-chan.
Dodo-chan, and the ad was that he was going to sit on top of my head, and it was going to be this cute. He was wearing a hat, and it was going to be this cute little photo, and he was acting up, as sometimes animals do.
Yeah.
And they thought, you know what? Let's get him off our head. Let's give him some fruit, some passion fruit, some melon, some oranges. Let's make Dodo-chan happy. And about 30 minutes later, they're like, okay, Dodo-chan's ready to go back to work. And they place him on my head. And about 5 minutes later, I feel him kind of wiggling around a little bit. And then I feel the heat.
Oh.
And Dodo-chan took a dump. All over my head.
They fed him 15 pounds of fruit.
They did.
And then they put him on your head. They knew what they were doing. They were like, watch this. Dodo-chan. Get up there, Dodo-chan. It's been half an hour.
It was terrible. And at that time, I actually was very professional. And here I was, there was about 7 or 8 Japanese people, all very like diligent and kind, like with paper towel and towels, like cleaning the poo off my head. And we went back to work, and they got the photo. And
no, you don't get back to work after that.
And then,
you know what? Let me tell you something, Michelle. When a monkey shits on your head, that's when you walk.
No,
that's when it's time to walk off the job.
It's true.
You don't stick around.
It's true. And then,
you don't stick around.
I gotta tell you. And then about 6 months later, I went back to Japan, and there was the ad sitting on all the subways. Like every time I got on the subway in Japan, there was Dodo-chan on my head.
And you realized you got an interpreter tell you it was an ad for a laxative. When you went back, I thought you said you saw Dodo-chan. Like,
outside my
got you pretty good, Dodo-chan.
Exactly.
Andy and I, we've worked with many chimps over the years.
Yes.
And they are tough, man.
There was a chimp. A chimp in New York that punched me a bunch, that we worked with a bunch of times, and there was a husband and wife, and it was like the sickest, most dysfunctional relationship, and we used this chimp all the time until one time it was punching me so hard that I had to request, like, can we not use this chimp anymore?
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
It's
and you're
abusing
kind of
me.
expecting
Andy,
just to take
we paid that chimp a lot of money to take it. He was Dodo-chan's brother. Listen, new episodes of The Path, which is a fantastic show, are available Wednesdays on Hulu, so check it out. And Patriots Day, who's doing great, is in theaters now. Michelle Monaghan, always a treat having you here. Please come back.
I will.
All right, we'll be right back. Comedian Stella Alonso's here. Stick around.